Hi, welcome back to another episode of Culture and Broad Shop. I'm Derek Fraser. We're back to working on a 32 pickup. A couple different things I could be working on, like the fenders and the radiator shell and the hood and whatnot, but I'm going to start working on hooking the steering column back in. But in order to do that, I've got to install the dash. In order to install the dash, I have to cut all the holes for the gauges. We bought a Dolphin gauge set off eBay, like we did for the 29 Model A. Very nice set. It's here's the gauges right here. Came with the sending units and wiring, but it also came with an aluminum dash bezel. I'm not sure what you would call it, or an insert. Now, we bought the same thing, like I said, for the Model A. It comes with a billet look. Here, one thing I like to do with it is I wanted to do an engine turn look, give it a more hot roddy look as opposed to like an 80s, 90s billet machine look, which is on here. I'm going to go over the other garage. One thing I also had to do to this for it to fit the dash is I had to cut a piece off the top here. So I'll go over the other garage where I'm set up right now. I'll do a demonstration on how I do the engine turning on this to make it look more hot rod look. So I have to walk around all this stuff and so here's my 32 Ford pickup dash. I had filled the center section in, and it pretty much fits right now. But I had to cut this section off of the top of it and then smooth it off. I'm still going to do a little more metal work here so it doesn't rock, but I think what's happened is that when I welded this piece in, I get a bit of a crown, so when I drill these holes out, it should actually lay down. But I'll cover that later. Tonight, I just wanted to do a demonstration on how to do the engine turn look on this panel. So what I did, I went into my wood shop and I picked up this little piece of a drum sander, and then I cut a circle out on a piece of Scotch-Brite. You can use a Scotch-Brite from the kitchen, or you can use the one from the hardware store, but basically it just gives a little rough finish. Use some 5-minute epoxy here to attach it on the end of this little drum sander. You could probably use a piece of 3/4 inch dowel, as long as you could get it in the chuck of your drill press. So we'll go over there now and I will show you how I do it. I saw somebody do this, I don't know how long ago, it was quite a while ago. And then it's like, oh God, when I was a kid, I remember ruining stuff and messing up the engine turning and figuring it was some fancy thing that somebody did in a machine shop, and it's really not. It's something pretty straightforward. So all I'm doing, I'm just working my way around here. You could set a pattern up, and I tried doing that before as well, so you get exactly centered, but with all the different pieces on the gauges here, I found that it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. So all I'm going to do is just work my way around here. Now what'll happen is that the Scotch-Brite is only going to last for so long, so I'm probably going to get about halfway through this, and I will have to glue another piece of Scotch-Brite on. I'm probably not cooperating very well here with the camera lady. She is trying desperately to show what I'm doing. So basically you just keep doing overlapping circles. And just offset them. And back again. Just apply enough pressure so you get the swirl. So just keep going over, overlap it at about 50%. Hopefully I can make it halfway through here before I have to put another piece on. Okay, we're back. It took 3 different pads to glue on to complete the whole thing. One thing I should mention is sometimes if you don't quite get what you like, you can go back over it. But if you're working from one side to the other, you almost have to backtrack and keep on getting the pattern because you're overlaying one swirl on top of the other. So you can rework them, but there's the finished product. Hopefully you can see that. Not absolutely perfect, but by the time I put the gauges in there into the dash, I mean, that's pretty cool looking. To me, it looks a whole lot better than the milled out aluminum look, a little more nostalgic. And like I said, in the beginning of the video, you saw it put in the 29 Ford. I really like it, but it's a simple way to do some engine turning at home. Not complex, it's pretty simple. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that little demonstration and you can do the same thing at home yourself. That's it for tonight. Everybody take care and have a good weekend.